Hello, everyone. Welcome to the second episode of the ShutterBugs Podcast, the show where three toy photographers talk about everything and anything geeky. My name is Finn, and I am joined by my co-host Aiden.
Hey.
And Alex.
Hey, y'all already know who it is. Hey.
So, is that going to be your thing every week? You're going to do who it is?
I need a catchphrase. I feel like I need one.
Okay. Do whatever feels natural, man.
Yeah.
Whatever feels natural. I'm excited about this week. So basically, what we do here is we go through different sections. We have the pickups and binges section where we talk about everything we got in the previous week, and where we talk about everything we've either watched, seen, read, enjoyed, stuff like that, played. We get into the toy news, talk about toy news, screen time, where we talk about upcoming shows and movies or stuff we've been watching. We go into our constructive critiques. We critique photos people have submitted, and then we get to our favorite photos of the week. And that's pretty much it. We have a rating system as well. Isn't that right? I'm not gonna forget it this time. It's frames per second, so it's like a 5-star rating, but instead of stars, it's frames. And I'm not gonna say stars. It's gonna be sick. I'm ready. I felt really bad last week. I was like, I'm not trying to throw our rating system in the trash. And I'm gonna try to even rate more stuff this week. Like I know I talked a lot last week, but I'm excited to actually give some definitive ratings on some stuff. It's gonna be good. Are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
Amazing. How have your guys' weeks been?
Mine's been dope.
Good.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Very good week.
Both good. Good. What made it so good? Like anything fun happened? Besides what we're gonna talk about, obviously. But
obviously,
real life happened. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I chased a random sound in my neighborhood last night, so that was actually pretty fun.
Whoa.
Oh,
what was the sound?
It was like music.
Yeah, that was
I think it was like some sort of party bus or something. It was music of some sort, but
so Alex was running after the party bus, huh?
Okay, Alex.
That was your Friday night.
The battle bus?
Battle bus.
Yeah, me and my sister, we just heard this random music playing, and the music was kind of slapping. I'm not gonna lie, like the music was big.
Okay.
we just kept following it, but we never saw what it was. It just kept moving. Sometimes it would get louder and quieter, and we'd never see it. We thought we were going crazy. You know, we did see an odd patch of mushrooms one time, so that may have been it.
Oh, okay.
That's cool. I mean, I had a pretty boring week. I mean, I just did homework. Didn't shoot that many photos this week. I haven't shot that many. I have a lot to edit, so I have a lot of backlog, but I haven't shot that much this week.
Yeah, I haven't shot a shot since my Punisher, and that was like on Sunday, maybe Saturday. So it's been a little bit for me as well.
Jeez, I need to get on it. I mean, I made a new dio. This isn't really about this isn't like pickups or binges or whatever. This is kind of what I did. It wasn't really a dio. I touched up a lot of my old stuff. So I have a lot of rocks and stuff like that I use like foam and stuff. So I touched a lot of that up with gray, because after using it for like a year, I mean, you scuff it up. And then,
of course,
what I've been wanting to do is, because what I usually do is I have like a smaller square piece of foam that I use as like my base for everything. It's just gray, and it looks cool. But it was
that way.
What were you saying? I'm sorry.
No, it's fine, Finn. I was just saying that I just took a big piece of the Pink Panther foam, and I just kind of bruised it up and cracked it up and stuff, and that's just kind of my floor for every outside or sometimes even regular shot, because it's just huge and I can get everything on it.
For sure. That's sweet. Yeah, I wish I would have done something similar. I mean, I had it was just a square, but it was getting really roughed up. If you would notice in some shots, you could see the pink, it was bad. And so what I have this really thin, not really thin, it's like a quarter inch thin, but this long slab of wood, just like wood. And so I painted it dark gray and stuff. I did some dry brushing, and it looks really, really good. And I'm really excited about it, because now it looks and it's way bigger too. So I have way more room to get bigger angles and stuff with my shots, which I'm excited about.
That's sweet.
Yeah, but for real.
And we could get a diorama kind of thing going on too, a topic, if we just want to talk about kind of our stuff, figure stands, props, that kind of stuff too.
For sure. But I think we should definitely do that when I have something to talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Some stuff. Yeah, understandable.
For real. The last time
we can also just talk about questions hey, how do you seal your dioramas, where do you get your props, this and this, and who's selling what on the page, and what looks good, that kind of stuff.
I like it. You do anything this weekend?
Yeah, I did actually go to a party, I guess you could say, 2 days ago, which was fun. But yeah, that's probably the most exciting things because of school. But yeah, so it's been a good week.
That's awesome. Okay, if everyone else is ready, I think we're ready to get into our pickups and binges. Who wants to go first? And I went first last time, so it's not going to be me. Alex, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. So for my pickup,
we already know you.
For my pickups, I picked up a whole lot of nothing.
Wait, you got to explain why. Because we've heard it a lot. We just need to hear it again this episode.
Yes, I am very, very broke.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bro.
Didn't know.
Are you serious? Wait, hold on. I don't know what you are more. Are you broke or you always say, if you know me? So I guess I didn't know you because I didn't know you were broke.
Right, yes. Anyone go to the first episode and take a shot every time I say you know me. Or,
dude, they'll die. Don't talk about it. They will die.
No more ever to you. Yeah, but I picked up nothing, which is awesome. But next week I will have some major things coming soon. Maybe some upgrades. I'm not going to get into it just yet, but but maybe some kind of picture upgrading system. I don't know. Maybe y'all can kind of think about that, figure it out for yourselves.
I have a feeling I know what it is, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't want to spoil it. Just
don't post about it when you get it, Alex. Reveal it on the podcast. I want to hear about this in person.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. I will. But I should be getting some Dio stuffs pretty soon.
Ooh!
That's exciting.
Which I'm super excited about because I'm tired of reusing the same stuff.
He throws his last foam piece on the ground. I'm done with this piece of crap.
Right. He throws that subway terminal, that whatever you call them,
Extreme Sets one.
Yeah.
Thank you. I always forget their dumb name. Extreme Sets, man. They're so cool. No, they do make really cool stuff. I'm not hating. I just don't have one, so I'm kind of salty.
Yeah, bro, you definitely have to get a subway terminal if it's ever not sold out. I would love
a subway terminal.
I would love to see you shoot with that. That would be so cool.
Thank you.
So pickups are very dry right now. I'm pretty sure you all know why. Take a shot. But as far as binges, I've still been reading the same stuff. So Garth Ennis, Marvel Knights Punisher, Punisher Max, the Hellboy stuff, all that great, delicious comic stuff.
How would you rate those books, Alex? How would you rate them?
Ooh. Oh, goodness. All of those are 5 out of 5 FPS for me.
Really? That's a high rating, man. That's like a 10 out of 10.
Yeah. Garth Ennis, he knew Frank Castle inside and out, which is kind of disturbing when you think about it, because why did you know so much about the mindset of a mass murderer? But
for real.
He just understood the character. Like he understood that, he doesn't need a whole bunch of emotions, and he's just kind of he's a thinker type character. He's not going to be talking a whole lot. He's not, which is kind of criticisms that I've had with other people that have written Frank and in other comics.
Yeah,
but yeah, I give all of those a 5 out of 5 FPS. But
sweet.
I have been watching the best superhero show on television, Daredevil. I've been watching.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Iron Fist.
wait, Luke Cage, right?
Right.
Honestly, though, that's a great compliment. But is there that much is that big of a contest? Like, what else really is that good right now?
I guess there's no
Punisher
superhero, show that's really competing with at least those two Marvel shows. I mean, maybe Gotham's the one DC has, and I don't even keep up on
Hey, don't forget about Titans, man. Don't forget about Titans. I'm gonna be talking about it.
That's true.
Yeah, don't forget. I think the only one that can compete at this point is the Punisher for me. As far as
are they making a second season?
They are.
We haven't heard anything. Okay,
there were some set photos months back, and by the way, both will be very disappointed in how Jigsaw looks. I'm putting that out there. Maybe we can talk about that during.
We will be.
Yeah, I saw. we'll get into that on screen time. But Daredevil season 3, man. How far are you into it, Aiden? Have you watched any of it?
I'm not even gonna lie, I haven't watched a single bit of it, but that's just because I haven't even seen the first season, and that's just because I just never watch television on like, reruns of Friends, just because like I'm just not.
What the Friends?
I don't know.
Sucks.
I need to though.
Friends is terrible. Hey, well, let's get into this more in screen time. Let's save this talk for screen time. Let's save it for then. But Aiden, you have to watch season 1 is one of the greatest seasons of TV I've ever seen, in my opinion.
Season 1 Daredevil is Game of Thrones to all comic book adaptions. That's what season 1 of Daredevil.
I'll say season
that means
I'll say season 1 is the best live action comic show ever done. Season 1 for sure.
Seriously. The action in season 1 has influenced me so much with not only pictures, but I want to be a filmmaker. So that the action in season 1 is phenomenal. What's great about season 1 is that the fighting has a purpose, like sometimes on the CW shows, they're just fighting just to have action in the episode. But like a lot of the fights have purpose, there's meaning. They're not just fighting to fight. So I highly recommend anyone just go watch the first season. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, for real. Okay, so anything else you've been binging, watching, listening to?
Do you guys want to talk about music?
Yeah, I'm talking about music.
Good.
Yeah, into it.
Okay, so I guess we can add music to this. I've been kind of listening to a lot. I'm a big '90s hip hop person. You know that about me, Finn. You know me.
Yep. Me too. I am as well, Alex.
Take a shot, boys.
But I've been getting heavy into a lot of Jay Dilla stuff. He was
donuts.
Yes, bro.
Dude,
don't cry. I've been playing
Jay Dilla. I've ever heard.
Yeah, he was great. I've been getting into him. I've been getting into people he worked with. So the Far Side, Slum Village.
Oh my dude, Runnin' is one of the greatest hip hop songs I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Okay,
Aiden's probably like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm like,
dude, listen to Runnin' by the Far Side. But Alex, before you stop talking about Slum Village, the song Selfish off of the Deli album, whatever it's called, it's with the brown one where they're standing in front of the store. It has a Kanye verse on it. That is like my favorite Kanye verse ever.
Bro, I've been trying to get deeper into them because I've always heard their names. I've always heard that they were kind of associated with the Tribe Called Quest type style.
Oh,
so, that's why
they're different though, man.
Yeah, they are. Listening to them, I'm like, I don't know why you associate them so closely, but I've been getting into a lot of that stuff. Jay Dilla knew how to produce a good boom bap track. Like he just knew.
Dude, he had some jazz rap songs in there too. Like some jazzy. He's really good jazz stuff.
Yeah, he knew how to use a sample perfectly, and that's one of the reasons why I've been loving his music recently. I've been getting into him the most. Him and the Far Side, Slum Village. I actually got
Far Side. Journey to is it Journey? The something to the Far Side where they're on the roller coaster.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
that album is so good.
Yeah,
that's such a weird. It's so weird. It's so weird. Like all the voices, like the "Oh Shoot" or song or whatever, and then the I'm not gonna say the word, but what's the other one where he talks about like, oh my goodness, it's so weird. He talks about like sitting after school, like wanting to get a kiss from his teacher.
I don't know. I see one problem I have.
Passing Me By. That's the song.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. One issue I have with listening to music is that I will find one song and then play that repeatedly for like 3 weeks, and then I'll finally listen to the other songs that the artist has. So I haven't gotten to the other albums yet. But I've been getting into them. I've also been getting into the old Eminem stuff. I listened to it years ago, and I prefer the Marshall Mathers LP, the Slim Shady LP type stuff. He was really crazy. I didn't realize how coked up he was back then, but his music was just wild, and the beats. I mean, Dr. Dre he knows how to find good producers and produce his own beats very well. So I just really like how the stuff sounded. But I will say,
I like that stuff a lot too. I like the Marshall Mathers is my favorite out of all of his projects.
Yeah. Same for me. That song, "Remember Me" on the Marshall Mathers LP with Sticky Fingers and RBX. I think that was just super dope. That's like an underrated M song to me. I showed it to my sister, and she was like, "I mean, it's okay," but I was like, "Yo, did you hear Sticky Fingers' verse on that? His verse was wild, man. I've never heard anyone have a better verse than M on one of M's own tracks." But
I could not feel more left out right now.
Do you not like Eminem?
No, I do. I'm
not the biggest M fan, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. M's not my thing.
I like some of his songs.
Yeah, I feel that too. I like some. I mean, I love obviously Stan and like I'm blanking on all of the songs, but you know what I'm saying. Like I love his first two albums especially. And I like Eminem.
Well, I like Venom.
I don't like anything pretty much afterwards.
For the Venom movie that I kind of liked.
That song was not my thing, man. I'm glad you liked it.
It wasn't mine either.
I'm glad you liked it though, man. I mean, it's cool. I mean, you would be shocked to hear that. I mean, like you'd be like, "Oh, this music's good," but if you heard all the songs I liked, man, you would never talk to me again.
Me either, bro. Yeah, my problem with Kamikaze, M's newest album, was that I prefer M on very weird 90s beats, like the real Slim Shady beat, that pyum 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 pyum, like that type sound. I prefer that with M over 2018 beats, that's just my problem with Kamikaze. I mean, Revival sucked. I mean, I don't even want to get into Revival, but like, I didn't think Kamikaze was very good either, because I don't want to hear someone just go, "I'm the best rapper. I'm really fast rapper. I'm the better than all of you rappers. I'm better than all you new kids. You didn't like my last album? Well, guess what? You're gonna like this one because all I do is rap and rap for an hour." And he just like tries to show off how fast he is. And I'm like, this isn't entertaining. This isn't enjoyable for me. It's not my thing. If it's for you, man, but you're gonna love it. That's awesome, and I'm really glad that people enjoy it. It's just not my thing. Yeah, I feel you on that. I only liked a few songs. I liked the one he did with Joyner Lucas. Joyner Lucas is one of my favorites that's rapping currently, just because it's a little bit different. But I liked a few songs on there. I will say that listening to the old M stuff, I feel like if it was like 2000, 2001 M, he would have murdered MGK a little bit more brutally. Like I feel like 2018 Eminem has gotten a little bit softer than coked up crackhead M from the early 2000s. But anyway, I didn't mean to ramble so long about music.
No, we're good.
Yeah, but that's just kind of some of the stuff that I've been getting into. I'm a big old school hip hop person. I'm a big jazz person. So if you hear me just drop a name that you've never heard of, Aiden, don't worry. Probably everyone that's listening to this has heard of any of these people.
Elaborate. I mean, whenever you drop something like that, like if people don't know who you're talking about, like tell them, because I mean, these are Farside and Slum Village are both really, really solid hip hop groups from the 90s, and I think everyone should check them out.
Definitely, especially Tribe as well. Tribe Called Quest.
Oh, I'm getting into it, man. I'll get into it later. Don't worry.
Yeah,
I'm coming it.
All right, Aiden, you got anything to say about your pickups and binges? Know gone.
I do.
Pass it to Aiden.
Okay, so this week at the start of this week, I know last week I talked about me ordering from 796 Studios, again, solid dude, the flight stand. So I received them in the mail, and they are freaking amazing. They're beautiful. I have yet to do a shot with them, which I'll explain why in a second because of just some things. So they look great, and I really plan on doing a shot with them. Then I've been kind of lately really getting into like a Star Wars-esque like mood. Just like listening to the music and like really wanting to do some Star Wars shots, even though I don't have space walls, which are like the bane of my existence. They look so good. I've just been really with them. But like also the thing with the space walls is you need a lot of stuff to make them work. Like you need the black acrylic floor, the plexiglass with like the stripes up for the ceiling, and then like you need a good amount of them to do some photos and like the blast doors and stuff. So like it takes a lot of money to kind of invest into getting those photos. I do, however, have the ubiquitous non-light up set, so like the regular set, which is phenomenal. So I really want to do some Star Wars shots soon. So yesterday, a lot of my pickups kind of focused on that. I went on a huge, long ride in my car, just going to store after store. So I picked up Grand Moff Tarkin for just retail price, and he looks awesome. A great Black Series figure. I really like how they did him, and they got Peter Cushing's like face exactly. So I'm super stoked to have him. And again, my like Black Series / just Star Wars collection in general is pretty, I wouldn't say low, but like kind of not as big as even close to like my Marvel Legends collection, just because like
For sure.
in ACBA it's so much harder to do Star Wars shots because like of just like the look of Star Wars versus like, you know, the wallpaper, like the brick, that kind of stuff. Like it's a lot harder to get that like Tatooine, like other planet type of look unless you shoot outside. So I just like, that's more of like a collecting than like toy photography type of collection. But
sure.
That's why I want to get into it a little more. So then I also went to GameStop, and this is probably like the deal of the day for me. And I went in there to check and see like if they got any of the Black Series or NECA, just like certain things in that category, or the vintage wave figures there, and they didn't. But then I looked on the clearance table, and you guys have probably, if you've been to GameStop in the last probably like couple months, the Throne Room Snoke was in the clearance thing. It has been for a while for $20, and I was like, it's the price of one figure. You get a sick throne that everyone uses and that looks really good for that much money, so I might as well get it. And I went up to the ringer, and it was actually only $10. So that was a pretty great deal. Yeah,
that's a good deal. I don't know if I'd cop Snoke, period, but for $10 I might have to cop. Like, that's a good deal.
Yeah, well, like it was just I don't really care for Snoke. I mean, there's some cool shots you can do with him and Kylo, but like I don't really care for him. It was more just the throne, and for $10 for the figure and the throne, I was definitely gonna do that. So yeah, I was happy about that. And then the other thing was, and I think he's just a Death Star trooper. He's in like the black uniform with like the black helmet. You guys probably know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And he was the only other Imperial figure out of Walmart, and so I snagged him, and that was like my biggest day. And then a week ago, as you guys know, I ordered my I wouldn't say gem, but one of my gems, if not my gem. And it was between Deadpool and Doctor Strange, and I was like, okay, let me think about it. First, Mezco, like the biggest thing they're known for is cloth goods. Like that's what they thrive in. And I was like, Doctor Strange is like one of the best cloth good figures. And if you guys have like seen the post, I mean, he is a phenomenal action figure. The cape, just like everything, the effects are great. Beautiful for sure. And then I also thought, well, another reason people get Mezcos are for the accessories, mainly guns. And like the two real figures right now that come with guns are Punisher and Deadpool. I honestly don't think, maybe the new Cable coming out, but like any other figures really come with a good amount of guns.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah, I think
so I was like, yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good, Alex.
I was just saying,
but,
No,
go. That was just weird.
Go, Alex, just talk.
Just talk.
I was just saying, I think the PX Deathstroke came with a bunch of weapons.
Yeah, Deathstroke would be another
good call.
One. Yeah, I forgot about him.
I forgot about Deathstroke.
Yeah, so did I. So like I was debating it, and then I just remember the guns with them, and like they're just the removable clips. Like I'm playing with it right now, and like the paint detail, and I was like, I have to get Deadpool. I mean, he's such like a cool figure, and I just started looking at like photos, and I was like, have to. So I ordered him, and he came today, actually like an hour before the podcast, and I could not be happier. I've had a blast posing him, and it's like interesting since this is my first Mezco figure and my first cloth goods figure in general, just like the way articulation works with like this like pleather material and like the cloth and like just all the accessories, and again these like little magazines that come out like and you're lucky, Alex, because on one of the Punisher guns, I know the pistol, like the it slides back, which this one doesn't do, but I mean it's still magnificent, and I cannot wait to use them in a photo. And one of the main reasons, like I was talking about earlier, the reason why I haven't used the flight stands yet or any Star Wars stuff really is because I've had this like kind of kitchen, you guys know, the one like hardwood floor type of apartment setup for a while going on, and I've kind of been saving it for, I wanted to do like a Deadpool shot in it, and I didn't want to have to put it all back out and like try to get all the pieces right again. And so I said, all right, I'm just gonna wait until I get the Deadpool, take some really like sick shots with him in there, and then I can do like the flight stand and the ubiquitous stuff and like get that all this stuff rolling. So yeah, so those were all my pickups, which were actually quite a lot compared to Alex.
Wow. Are you shaming Alex?
Right, shame. It's okay, you type horrible.
Yeah, it's your fault. You don't have a job. It's yours.
But yeah, so that was that. Binges. again, you guys know, not really I guess, I don't know. I just don't really have the time to get into TV much. And then music-wise, it's just been, again, this has, like, contributed to my mood, but I've just been listening to all the Star Wars soundtracks.
That's awesome, though, man.
And I freaking cannot, like, get over it. And I'm so, so happy with, like, just in general, like, I really want to get some Imperial stuff going. Just, like, listening to it's really gotten me excited to, like, do some Star Wars stuff, which I haven't kind of felt about in a while. So, yeah, so that was mine. Finn, what about you?
Oh, well, I got some cool stuff this week. I'm excited. Not as good as my last pickups. Oh man, last week's was. I mean, that's like 2 weeks of stuff. You know what I mean? So I can't really like compare to that in 1 week. But yeah, last week was really. I got a lot of cool stuff last week, but I got some cool stuff this week too. First off, I got the Mighty Mugs Spider-Man vinyl figure. Did you guys see this on my story?
I think so.
I don't think I saw that.
Okay, I'm going to try to see if I can send you a picture. Basically, this was like one of the figure lines that got me into collecting as a kid. This is like before Pops. These were like the vinyl figures you would find in the like aisles at Toys R Us and Target and stuff like that. So basically, they're a lot bigger. They're like almost like, excuse me, almost like 6 inches. They're pretty big. And I have so many loose ones. I have a bunch of Star Wars ones. I have like an Indiana Jones one. I have some comics. I have like a Doc Ock one. And they're all really sweet. But it's just this Spider-Man was one that I always wanted. And I found it for like $6 at the Exchange, which is that store I talked about last week.
Yeah, for sure.
And I had to get it. And it is amazing. Like this is like my favorite look for Spider-Man is the really wide eyes. We've talked about this, but like I just love the wide eyes. And it's just so awesome. And it's so excited to have it in my collection. Because I'm not really the biggest fan of Pops. I have like 5. But I mean, these are like they're my thing. I love these guys so much. And to finally have one in box, because I had a bunch of them in box, but they're all loose now because I got them when I was like 10 or like 8.
Yeah.
And so finally having one. And then, so I got that for like $6. And then I had some extra money. And I was like, you know what? I saw another one there. I'm going to go back for it. I just sent it in the group chat. It was the Target exclusive Mighty Mugs Bosk from Star Wars.
Ooh, yeah.
It's so cool. Oh my goodness. Like the way they do it is it's so stylized. That's one of the reasons why I like it so much. Like if you look at the I'll post this thing on my story. But like if you look at the actual design on the face and stuff, like it's so unique and it's so fun. And for $6, I mean, this one's in much better condition. The Spider-Man, the box was roughed up, but this one's like really good. Like near mint, except for like the top corner and stuff. But like oh, I'm just so happy with it, man. These are never coming out of the box. Having 2 of these like in the box in my collection is just like they're not like grails, but man, they've been something that I'd wanted for a long time. You know what I mean? And you don't see them anywhere. Like I've gone to so many cons and I never just see Mighty Mugs.
One thing I will say about the Spider-Man though is that I think that would I know you're saying you're keeping it in the box, but it looks like it would be really good in like a Deadpool shot. Like he has like a Spider-Man shrine room, dude, and like that's like a big statue or something.
I love it. Yeah. The top, the box is sealed. Like the box has the tape down and everything, but the Spider-Man was open because like the way there's actually no tape. The way that these things were opened is it's kind of like the top flap is like stuck to the other flaps. So, like to rip it open, you pretty much have to like ruin the box. Thankfully, Spider-Man was open, but like it's still in decent condition. But the box is sealed, so I can actually take out the Spider-Man. So I might do something similar, Alex. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I just immediately saw that as soon as I looked at it. I don't know why. I'm a weird idea person, so as soon as I see something,
really?
Yeah, something may just pop into my head, like, oh yeah, that would look great for Deadpool's.
I mean, if we know Alex, we know he's a weird idea person.
If you know me, shot,
dude, that's hilarious. Yeah, I'm really. I mean, those are. I forgot to ask you guys to rate all your other stuff, and we can do that afterwards. But I give these both 5s. I mean. Maybe I'll give the Spider-Man a 5 in the box, like a 4.5 FPS. Yeah, I'm so happy with them. I mean, they're big. Like if you see my hand, like I don't have tiny hands. They're like big. Yeah, they're awesome. But I love them. I'm really excited about that. And so then I picked up 2 more things. Really quick, I picked up Star Wars Battlefront on the PS4, the first one. It was a game that I played. Not my favorite game because there's no campaign, and I don't really like shooters. But it was $3 for the deluxe edition on PS4 at the store.
For sure.
Like, I'll cop for $3. I mean, and it's been fun messing around on there. Like, I don't really like shooters, but the Star Wars aesthetic just kind of makes it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's fun. I mean, I'll give it a
I think it's like fun just playing the Hoth mode and like just doing the Walker Assault and like hearing the music.
For
I think
sure.
that's just a good like fun little thing to do.
It's
Yeah,
good. What were you saying, Alex?
One thing I do love about the Battlefront games is that I feel like it's like I feel like I'm completing a part of my bucket list that I didn't write. Like, yes, I want to fly an X-wing, and it's like I'm actually flying an X-wing.
For sure.
I'm walking
Yeah.
AT-AT, you know.
Yeah.
Like, that's one thing that I really liked about both the games.
Most definitely. But the problem with this one is that I have the first two on the original Xbox. And so it just feels like such a step down. And it's kind of disappointing. Like, I mean, I'd played the game before, but just having it, like, it's kind of disappointing that there's no story.
Yeah.
And it's such a shallow game.
Yeah.
Like, in all honesty, I want to get Battlefront 2, but I mean, like,
Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was dope, actually. I kind of liked the story.
you liked it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually kind of
The
liked
story mode's awesome.
Yeah, it
it's
runs
really-
very clean too, and it one thing about Battlefront is that it looks fantastic, especially when you're playing on the PS4. It just looks fantastic.
Yeah, the visuals are sick. It's just it feels like such an empty game. I mean, I'd give it maybe like a 2 FPS for $3. I was gonna buy it anyways, but like I'd give it maybe a 2. I mean, it was all right. It wasn't my favorite. But yeah, it's kind of disappointing. And then lastly, this is a weird pickup. So I was at the exchange where I got all this other stuff, and I was looking around. I go there a couple times a week. I was looking in their loose figure stuff. First, I found the new Marvel Legends Gladiator. I didn't pick it up because it didn't have the Apocalypse head.
Don't get it if it doesn't have that. I got it, one, to complete Apocalypse, and two, it's a good like I like completing a more like Cosmos type of superhero team, so like Fantastic Four and like all
Guardians,
them. So
that kind of stuff.
exactly, Guardians.
Yeah. Well, here's the problem: is like I don't care that much about the character. I really want to get Apocalypse eventually, and without the head, like it's a waste of like it was like $7 or whatever. And it's on that Hyperion body mold, and it's just such a basic mold that I'm like, it's almost ugly. Like I don't want to buy many figures on that mold anymore. Like for me, it's just I'm kind of over it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at that, and I was kind of like, I put it back, but then I found something different. It was the Space Venom Wave Hobgoblin loose. But it was for like $5 or it was like $3 to $5. So I bought it, but there's a catch. It didn't have its cape.
Who cares?
It's so weird. Like here, yeah. I mean, I'd give the figure like without the cape, I'd give it like a 3.5 or a 4 FPS. But I mean, I threw on like a Toy Biz. I have the old McFarlane Toy Biz Hobgoblin figure. So it's like the really weird, dirty, creepy one. And so the colors don't really mesh completely well, but it's like it's serviceable. It's all right, but I mean the figure itself, I love the Green Goblin from the whatever wave that was.
For that, I remember you were like, I can't find it anywhere,
dude. And I gave up hunting for it, and then like a year later, like a couple months ago, I just found it. Right, they just put out a whole Sandman wave, and I found it along with but yeah, I mean the figure itself is actually really cool, but the fact that it doesn't have its glider or cape is like, nah, I don't really care. I mean, but it's a really for $3. I mean, I had to get it no matter what. Like it's a really solid figure. I'm just bummed that it's missing its cape and stuff. Because then if only it was like the Green Goblin I was trying to find. Because Green Goblin, like you don't need a cape. Like he doesn't have one. Yeah. But it's hard to take photos without it. You know what I mean? So I'm making do. I don't remember who it was, but they suggested, hey, why don't you just make a cloth cape? I'm like, why have I never thought of that? Like that's a really good idea.
Yeah,
just make a cloth cape.
Right. What I do.
Oh,
you go ahead, Finn.
No. What are you saying, bro?
Oh, I was just saying one thing that I do when I try and do cloth capes and stuff is I just find an old T-shirt that I don't need, and I just kind of cut a shape that I need, like from whatever color of the T-shirt is, because that's really easy than going to like Michael's or Joanne Fabric or something and getting,
Yeah, I need to find like the good. I need to try to wire it too. That's going to be my goals. I'm actually going to try to like do a real custom like good cape for it, because it's like I don't have the money to go buy a whole figure. That's already a hard to find figure.
Yeah, I know a lot of like a good person on eBay is
GP Slot.
Yeah, GP Slot. He does like a lot of cloth stuff for like stuff, and I mean they're relatively cheap.
Oh yeah, I bought the Moon Knight one for like $15.
Yeah, and like he does a lot of like I want to just get some like Marvel Legends clothes for like my Peter Parker / Spider-Man, do like some costume change shots.
Yeah,
because like they just look really good in like shots. I know like Rico and a lot of guys do like a lot of good cloth stuff in their shots that look great. And I know Rico actually for costume change for PK did one with Spider-Man. I believe Adam did one too, and they went up against each other. But Rico's like with like just like the sweatshirt and jeans and stuff looked amazing, and I just want to like get it just so to do one of those things.
The main thing that people have been doing is they've been putting it on the Spider-Punk bodies. That way they already have red sneakers.
Yeah.
And they literally just do different hands and stuff like that. Like, that's a good idea. Another one people have done is like the Iron Fist one for like is it Iron Fist? Which one has like, because he has like the weird like wristbands. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's Iron Fist.
Yeah. That's sweet. So like I said, people doing that, but so I mean, I'd give the Hobgoblin like a 3 FPS. Like the figure's good, but since it doesn't have the cape, it kind of brings it down for me. You know what I mean? But yeah, so I mean, those are my pickups. It's been an all right week. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get much this week, so it's gonna be very empty next week. But for binges, I've been doing a lot of fun stuff. I completed Spider-Man PS4 a little bit ago. I had everything 100% for like a while.
Game.
It's so good. I had everything 100% for a while. I put in like 50 hours. But one of the things I've been doing is I had it 100%, but the only thing I didn't have was getting his ESU suit. And I'm talking about like his Empire State one. Yeah. And you have to find the secret photo locations. Oh wow. Yeah, I see that Mezco thing you just sent, bro.
Yeah.
That's freaking fire.
I was looking on I think that's on GP Slots eBay, and I was just scrolling through it, and I think that'd be so cool to put on a Marvel Legends Punisher body.
Would it work?
Mezco. It says for Mezco 112th Punisher, no figure, but like if you scroll through the photos, which I didn't send more photos, it looks like it's just like the clothes, and it looks like it may be able to fit, but I don't know. It'd be.
I'm gonna have to try that, dude. That's sick. But yeah.
Anyway, continue. Ben, sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. But yeah, so it was finding the secret photo locations, and I had done 49 out of 50. And I have literally spent, I've put in maybe 6 hours of literally just swinging around the city. I've tried everything. I've tried going to, the different landmarks, looking around there. I've tried literally breaking up by section, by, town and stuff like that. I've literally tried just, flying, swinging through, in lines, just, going down the entire length of the map. Back and forth, and I could never find it. And then I was just like, oh, well, I'm just going to go try to stop some crimes or whatever just for fun. And then I just found it out of nowhere. I was like, whoa, there it is. Hilarious. I made a post about it on my story, right before I found it. I was like, I am so frustrated. I was because I didn't want to start the new game plus without everything. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to miss one thing, because whenever you start the new game plus, that progress doesn't affect the last game. So, I want to have everything that way. You know what I mean? But, so yeah. The game is a 5. It's amazing. One of the greatest games I've ever played. I love it so much. But that was fun. And so that was my good experience with the Spider-Man game this week. But I had a bad experience with the Spider-Man game this week.
Oh, no.
So I have very limited dollars. I'm paying for college bills right now. I had a little bit of money for this whole week. Barely any. And I was like, you know what just came out? The Spider-Man DLC. Let's go. I'm ready. And so what happened was I was like, I'm going to add funds to my wallet. And so I was in class because I was really bored during a 2-hour lecture. I was bored during a 2-hour lecture. And I was like, okay, let's just add funds right now. I'm bored on my computer. And so it logged me into the PSN account that was saved on my computer or whatever. And so I just did it, added $10, and we're good. And $10 doesn't sound like a lot. But right now, that's a lot of money. You good, bro?
No, I'm good. I'm just laughing. I know.
You heard of a mute button, Aiden?
I've actually been muting my coughs, but anyway, continue.
Oh, okay. No, I'm just kidding.
It's too funny.
That is funny. I have to have right now. But so I added $10, and $10 doesn't sound like a lot, but that's a lot to me right now. I struggled and broke college student. $10 is a lot. And so I was excited. I ran home after I got off school. I had my $10 in my wallet, and I went and bought the Spider-Man DLC. And then what had happened was I bought it on the wrong account. So I bought it on the wrong PlayStation account. So that means that all my progress from my main account, it doesn't translate.
Boo.
So that means I just wasted the DLC for no reason.
Boo!
I was so bummed. I give that a freaking 0. I was so mad. Like I threw $10 down the drain. And so then I called PlayStation because the only time I had ever touched the game was I had logged in to see if I could use it and I couldn't use it. So then I quickly closed out and I called customer service. I was on the phone with them for like 20 minutes. And I was like, yo, I am so sorry to bother you guys, but I accidentally bought this on the wrong account. It was a complete mistake. Can you just refund me the $10 and I'll be good? Like, delete the DLC. I'm fine. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even have to buy the DLC. I have to save it. Like, I'm good. And they're like, I'm sorry. We cannot refund any money, like anything you've bought that you've opened. So basically, if I had not opened Spider-Man, I could have just had it refunded easily. But since I had opened it and not even played the DLC, they couldn't refund me. I was so peeved. I was so mad. So I called my bank. And I was like, yo, cancel this transaction. This is trash. This is not real. I can't even use this. Like, it's a waste of money. I'm never going to touch that DLC. I'm never going to touch it. And they're like, okay, we'll see what we can do. We'll open up a case. And now I'm trying to figure it out right now. But yeah.
Finn's going for the throat with PlayStation and suing them, it sounds like.
Bro, I freaking love Sony. I love my PlayStation Switch. I love video games, and my top 5 consoles, the PS4 and the Nintendo Switch, are both in there. Like in my top 5 consoles of all time. Like I love them. They're amazing. And Sony is really good with everything except for crossplay stuff that they've just gotten better with. But that made me really mad. I'm like, you couldn't just refund me really quick? Like $10, dude. I mean, I know you guys are not losing sleep over it. Like, come on.
Crazy.
I mean, I think that's a dumb policy. Like, I feel like you should be able to see, oh, did he actually like use the DLC? I'm not even sure if it was like downloaded, like it was or whatever. Like, I mean, I didn't look, but it made me mad. It made me mad. That was frustrating.
Understandable.
Yeah, but so, oh my goodness, now I'm coughing. What a hypocrite! Am I right? Like for real. Well, my problem was I'm talking, so like I can't pause and then just have to be dead silence while I cough.
That's true.
You feel me?
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was the terrible stuff. That was a freaking 0. That was terrible. But something really fun that I've been doing for music stuff, I'll get into other stuff in a second, but for music, there's this country, like it's like a country alternative rock band, indie rock band. They're called Pine Grove. Have any of you guys ever heard of Pine Grove?
No. If I'm gonna say it, if you know me, I do not like country music at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
So
You neither, Aiden?
No, I do.
Do you like country?
Yeah. I mean, I don't listen to it too often. My music taste, I mean, I like music a lot, but like it mainly consists of movie scores. That's like I just really, really love movie scores.
That's really awesome, actually. That's really sick. Yeah, see, I don't like country at all. I do not like country.
Yeah,
but this is more like, I don't know why it has some country like tinges to it, but it's more like alternative rock, indie-ish, like that kind of music. You know what I'm saying? More like not really country, but it has like his voice has some country elements to it. But it's their second album. Their first album, Cardinal, came out like 2015, I think, or like 14. But it was really good. I mean, that one's like a 4 or a 4.5 FPS. Yeah, I give that one like a solid 4. But this one, it's called Skylight, and it's really, really, really good. It has a lot of soft songs, like some slower ones, so it's like it's really peaceful sounding, and the sounds are really good. Like his voice really shines. They're from like New Jersey, but like his vocal like tone and stuff is really solid on this album. I'll give it like a 4.5 FPS. Like it'd be hard to improve upon for that kind of stuff. Like I really enjoyed it a lot. I thought it's been very good. For anyone who wants to get into Pine Grove, I recommend the songs like New Friends and like Aphasia and all that stuff. Skylight off the new one is really good. But I mean, it's like 30, 40 minutes. It's solid. I mean, I really enjoy it though. It's not, my music taste is mostly hip hop and R&B and some pop, but like this is a really nice like change of pace. And so,
understandable.
For sure. It's good. I like it a lot. And then Fortnite, I'm not like I talk about Fortnite a lot on here because I like to play it a lot, but I think the people hate on Fortnite, and I think the reason why is because people will hate on anything that like little kids like. So like Minecraft was popular. Wait, what were you saying?
But how do you feel about the new update?
I'm about to get into it, bro.
Okay.
About to get into it. No, you're good.
Sounds-
But like I was saying, like people like hate on things that little kids hate. Like Minecraft was popular, and then all the middle schoolers got into it, and then everyone was like, "Screw Minecraft."
I don't care what anyone says. Minecraft's like freaking bomb, dude.
Bro, Minecraft is so awesome.
They made this new update with like aquatic creatures that I just found out
That's
about,
hard.
and now I want to like start playing it
Do
again,
you have it on
dude.
PS4?
Yeah.
Alex, do you have it on PS4?
No, I got it on Xbox.
Oh.
I just get kicked out of the call.
Me and Aiden can play.
That's true.
I have it on PS4 too. But hey, before we get back to what I was talking about, Aiden, you better get on this week. We're playing Fortnite. Me and Alex have had a blast. We've gotten on like twice together so far this week, and we played Playground, and I've just laid waste to Alex, bro. Alex has been.
Hey, don't be hating. Don't be hating. That wasn't me. That was Hayden. I told you.
Bro, I Thanos snapped Alex like 4 times in that game. Like I would one.
I miss Thanos. I still can't believe Thanos was in Fortnite for a
That
little
was crazy.
while.
Oh, did you play as him? Did you ever get to do it?
Oh yeah,
So much fun. Yeah, so
dude.
so
I've been playing for more than a year now, and I actually really like Fortnite.
that's sweet. It's
Such
a really my thing. I've been playing since like the beginning of season 2, and I started getting the battle pass at season 3. My thing about Fortnite, and I think it's an amazing game. Like the battle royale is really fun. But the thing I love about it is that they're always updating. Like Epic is so good to the people that enjoy the game because literally every week, new guns,
There's
new
something.
stuff, new mode. Like
But it also sucks sometimes if you don't play for a week, the game's literally changed.
That's true.
Like, I didn't play last week, and then I get back on like yesterday, and it's like zombies new, and I'm like, whoa, what just happened?
dude,
What's going
it's
on?
only gonna be like that for like a couple more days, but like it's all
Yeah.
I'll get into that right now. They did the Fortnite Mares, it's like Nightmares, Fortnite, but update, and it's cool. Basically it changes the solo, duo, and squad modes, which is like battle royale, and it adds like these zombie spawn points where like zombies will pop up
thing
from these
ever.
rocks. What'd you say?
Most frustrating thing ever, dude. Zombies.
Here's the thing.
swear.
I love just going up to them because they'll drop really good loot if you kill them, and you can gain shield.
true.
Every time you kill one, you
Like
gain
gold
more shield.
stars and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, and you can get good loot, and so you can just farm them. And I really love that. Like that part is like a 4. Like I really like it a lot.
Yeah.
But then whenever I'm trying to fight someone and I'm getting hit by zombies, or whenever I'm trying to heal up a teammate and they keep breaking down the doors from all areas, it's the most frustrating thing on the
Dude.
planet Earth.
Oh, I agree, man.
I feel like Aiden when we were talking about Jay Dilla earlier.
Well, you're gonna find out, Alex, the night we get on, bro. Just let me know when you guys are free.
Oh
But-
man, dude.
It's frustrating. Like
I
getting
think the worst
pinched-
thing for me about the update is that they took out fall damage now, basically.
Yeah, I kind of like it's an experiment. I don't think it's going to be permanent for right now unless it's a big hit.
I hope.
But basically, Alex, so like they made it so that whenever you fall from a high place, you can just pull out your glider.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I kind of
like,
like it.
It's nice for people like, and me too, when like you just want to like, you're getting kind of like you're doing a build battle and they shoot you down, but like it's also frustrating because like if people like double ramp push you and like do stuff like that and you try to shoot them down, so like that way they're like below your base, you know, they're not coming up to you, they just glide, and so they don't take any damage, which was like a good way to kill people. But on the upside, if you build like a sky base from like Wailing Woods, like a huge just stairway to the sky, like you can't get, if you get shot down, you don't die. Like, because I remember when we used to do that, me and my friends, we'd have to get porta-forts, impulses, like something, so that like we could throw it down, like porta-forts for the tires and stuff. That way, like when you fall off the stairway to heaven, like you have something to land on, so hopefully one of you guys doesn't die. Or jetpacks, when jetpacks were still in, those were awesome.
Those are crazy.
But yeah, so like getting those was tough, and now you don't really need those. But like that was also a fun like little aspect of it, is maybe getting shot down. But it has its ups and downs. But like so far,
Definitely. It's all right. I mean, I'll give it. I really love the zombies part when I'm alone. I hate getting pinched by people or getting just sniped whenever I'm fighting them. So I'll give it a 2.5 FPS. Like it's cool. It's solid. It's kind of in between. It's in the middle. Like it's not bad, but I'm excited. I'm doing all the challenges so I can get the stuff, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the normal modes to be back. That'll be fun.
For sure.
And it hasn't affected Playground, which I'm very excited about.
Yeah.
I got 2 more things. I'll make it quick.
Got it.
I watched the first episode of Titans. I know the second one's out. Actually, probably the third one's out. I haven't seen those last 2, but I did watch the first one. I'd give it a 3.5 FPS. I liked it. I thought it was really cool. I like the direction they're going. Starfire is kind of weak. I'm excited to see what they do with Beast Boy. Love Dick Grayson as Robin. Raven's all right. I'm really excited to see what they do with her, but Robin's like the standout, and it's not as weirdly dark as I thought it was gonna be. Like it's dark, but it wasn't like the trailers made it a little different than it is.
No, yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so I give that one like 3.5 or whatever. And then the last thing I watched was, have you guys ever heard of the documentary Hip Hop Evolution? It's on Netflix.
Yeah, I have. I think we talked about it a little bit before when we were playing.
For sure. Aiden, I'm guessing you haven't heard of it?
No, yeah, I haven't.
It's all good. So the first season came out a couple years ago. I think it was like 2016, and I watched that whenever it first came out because I love, just like Alex, I love old school hip hop. Like I was introduced to that at a really young age. That kind of is like to my music taste.
Same.
So I'm a big fan of that kind of stuff. And the first season was all right. I'd give it like a 3 FPS. I think it was all right. It focused on a lot, and it wasn't that the documentary itself was really solid. Like it was a good documentary, but the subject matter wasn't. I didn't care that much about a lot of the artists they were talking about, and so therefore it kind of brought down the documentary for me. But like, if you're really into like DJ Cole Herc and I mean like Curtis Blow and Grandmaster Flash, and I'm really into Public Enemy.
Dude,
so that was nice.
Who are these people?
If you're really
what?
It's all like 70s hip hop and like early 80s.
Yeah.
If you're really into that, you're gonna love that first season. If you're not, it's not really for you. And I'll give it like a 3 because it was well made. In the Public Enemy and NWA stuff, I really liked. Everything else was kind of like eh. But so I watched that like a couple years ago, and then they just dropped season 2 out of nowhere like a week or two ago. And I'm really excited because it does it chronologically. So like the first season was like 70s to late 80s. Then this season's like late 80s, early 90s. And that's my era. Like
90s is like the best era ever.
I don't know if it's the best era. But it's probably
he just added you, Alex.
Yeah. Frick you, Alex. What the heck?
Hey.
I don't know if it's the best. I don't know. I think people can be, not you, Alex. Not you. But I think old heads can be kind of closed-minded when they say that that era is the only, like, the best era ever. I mean, it's just, if it's your favorite, that's cool. I mean, my favorite group of all time, Tribe Called Quest, it's like they're my favorite artist besides Kanye. They're my favorite artists. They're from the early 90s, and I really like them a lot. So I mean, I get it.
Amazing. Absolutely.
But yeah, so I watched this one, and basically it focused from like late 80s, where it's talking about like 2 Live Crew and KRS-One, who I love KRS-One, that kind of stuff.
Oh, KRS.
Yeah, he's sweet. Queen Latifah, that kind of stuff. MC Lyte talks about some other artists and stuff like that, and it gets into like Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul, Wu-Tang, and like Biggie. And that is a lot of that is like some of my stuff. Like I love Tribe and I love Big and I love De La and Wu. So I mean that was really that stuff was cool. So the beginning, the first half, or I say the first like really dragged. But then the last half was really good. I'd give it a 3.5. But they have like an episode about De La Soul and Tribe Called Quest. All the Tribe stuff was a 5. Complete 5. Like 5 as high as the 5 can go. Like it was really good. My favorite album of all time, my favorite piece of music, period, is The Low End Theory by Tribe Called Quest, which was their second album that came out in 1991. That's my favorite musical. I mean, that was like the first album I remember like owning and listening to a lot. I mean, that album changed my life, and that is my favorite piece of music, period. And so what do you say?
I was just saying, what cracks me up about us talking about this is that I like understand exactly what you're saying, and Aiden's like, who are these people?
Yeah,
like all the way back to the 70s stuff. Like I understand, like you're speaking my language right now. It's
yeah, for sure. Hey, you need to. I don't know. I'm gonna make you a playlist, bro.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, sure. I'll make you a playlist. But so hearing them talk about Low End Theory and its influence, I mean, it's like I said, I care about the album so much that hearing them talk about its influence and stuff really kind of resonated with me and made me appreciate it even more than I always did. Like that album is very nostalgic for me. I remember my dad showed it to me, so it's like very infused in me that way. And Midnight Marauders, their third album, is like a top 5 album too. Like those 2 albums are in my top 5 albums ever. Like Midnight Marauders is almost as good, and it has one of, if not the best J Dilla beat ever, in my opinion, which is Electric Relaxation.
I didn't know Dilla did that one. He did,
bro.
Dilla's a goat now. Don't at me,
dude. That song is something else. It's freaking crazy.
Bro.
But yeah, so 3.5 FPS for Hip Hop Evolution Season 2. It's getting better. I like it. I really hope they do a season 3 because Kanye is my favorite rapper of all time. But a close second.
Kanye, what? You've
Yeah,
never said that.
I know. Kanye's number 1, but a close second is Jay-Z. And if they keep going, Jay-Z is going to be the first person they talk about. And I am very, very excited to hear stuff about that. And so, the Tribe stuff was a 5. I mean, any of you guys' thoughts on that? Any of you guys ever want to check it out or anything like that?
Oh, yeah, I definitely want to check that out. If they're doing 90s stuff, For me, the reason I say 90s is the best era because, Pac and Biggie were alive at the same time as Ghostface Killah and Chef Raekwon and Tribe and all those people. Like that, all that type stuff, that's what solidifies it for me as the best era. So, yeah, I'll definitely check that out for sure.
For sure. And I recommend it, man. If you want to get into that kind of stuff, watch the first season, but I mean, watch the last episode of the first season and then watch the second season. Because the first season is kind of all right. If you really want to hear about like the ground floor roots of it, then watch it. But I mean, watch the last episode about NWA. That's really good. And then watch the second season for sure. They talk about Tupac in the second season, and that's really interesting too. Like, man, they talk about the stuff they talk about with Tupac's interesting because you didn't really realize how much of an influence he had on like rapping about, like he has multiple songs about like women's rights and like Brenda's Got a Baby. What's crap? Hey Mama. What's the one? The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. The darker the flesh, and the sweeter the roots. Keep Your Head Up. That one is really good. It's all about like women. Like, I'm sorry, men are such evil people to you. Like, but like we should try to do better, kind of thing. And it's really, really impactful. It was awesome. So yeah, check it out. That's all I got for today. Sorry I rambled. I knew I had a lot, so I went last. But yeah, so that was pretty much like I recommend everyone to check all that stuff out. Please look up Mighty Mugs. I mean, if you find one, cop it. Listen to Pine Grove, play Spider-Man, play Fortnite, watch Titans, watch Hip Hop Evolution. And right after this, we're gonna get into our toy news. Aiden, are you ready?
I am so ready. Okay, but quick question. Do you guys want me to put it up on the screen or do you just want me to talk about it?
Put it up on the screen, though.
All right. Yeah, I got my boy Robo, as you guys know, the Fwoosh, the man, the myth, the legend. He is the king of toy news. And his website is, I mean, I wouldn't say it's mainly like, it's a good place to go for toy news if everyone wants to check him out. That's a good spot to just get some good toy news. So we got this first, our Funko Disney Afternoon Wave. I don't collect these. I don't think you guys do either, but I love Disney. So the DuckTales looks cool. The Darwin Duck I think would be cool in some.
Yeah, I want that Darkwing Duck bad. That's sweet. Or the Uncle Scrooge.
Yep, or the Uncle Scrooge. Those are the two for me that really stand out here. I don't really know any of the other characters. Then here we have this. I don't honestly know what toy line this is, but it's apparently the Super 7. Yeah, Masters of the Universe club. It's the Grayskull Wave 3, and these look cool. I don't collect these personally, but I like their aesthetic look.
Mattel makes those. They made the they make. Yeah, if you can tell, the Bucks are very similar. Did you guys get those Dark Knight Returns figures that came out for the DC Multiverse line a couple years ago?
Yeah,
it's like that. Batman is like the exact same Buck as that He-Man, pretty much.
Oh, okay. Huh. Interesting. Yeah. And then I know Mafex dropped their Black Panther promo images. Let me see if I can pull them up through the link here. Probably can.
That head's so
freaking wild, dude. It's like every time Figure Arts puts something out, Mafex is like, really? All right, let's do one better. And then they just one of them, and it's like,
I don't know, man.
Like this?
I don't know, man. This figure, yes, for sure. But I think SHF has the upper hand on some figures.
They do on some figures for sure. But like, let's say with like their Homecoming Spidey, like Mafex has like some, but like also Mafex is like their trajectory is very different than Bandai and Figure Arts. Like Figure Arts is taking that Star Wars path like down the highway, while Mafex is doing it with like the Dark Knight trilogy and like some other lines as well. So it's like, and the same with Figure Arts with like Infinity War and like the MCU, they're really going like ham on that. And then Mafex is like picking and choosing which figures they want to like go off of.
Yeah, for sure. I really like the head sculpt on that, and I like Mafex. Cool. I think that SHF had the better Homecoming Spidey, by the way. Don't at me, but
you do?
Yeah, I think so. I don't own either, but from images, I like the SHF ones. They look more solid to me, like more stable. But my problem with Mafex is they're cool. I'm not paying $100 for a Mafex figure.
Yeah,
it's not happening.
They're pretty pricey.
I don't want to pay $100 for a John Wick, a guy in a suit. Like, okay, maybe an Iron Man, maybe. If it's like light up Iron Man, maybe.
The
I mean,
only
I don't know
112
if it's just
line
me.
for $100 would have to be Mezco. Like that's the only one that could maybe qualify for that price.
The only one I'd pay for is either Mezco or Reveltech. I'd pay
Yeah, Reveltech
104.
has some good
I
stuff.
paid 80 for Spider-Man. I mean, I pay 80 for.
Yeah.
I'd give him $100 for like something really special, but it's hard for me to justify $100 for a Mayfex figure. I'm sorry.
And I believe these are some Mayfex Space Odyssey figures.
Those actually look pretty cool to me.
Those are sweet.
Yeah, these look pretty dope. For sure. I don't know what accessories they come with. Looks like just like these packs, maybe interchangeable hands, but it's cool. And then we got some toy news that combines two of our favorite passions. We got the Fortnite McFarlane action figures.
I'll talk about this. This is what I was going to talk about. They're so sweet.
Guys, yeah, they look pretty awesome. Do you think you're going to start collecting these, Finn?
I don't know if I'm going to collect them. I'm going to pick and choose for sure.
I think the two would be Skull Trooper and Black Knight for me so far.
I want to get Raptor. I really like Raptor a lot. Yeah. Raptor and Skull Trooper, I think, are the ones I'm going to get. But I really like how Cuddle Team Leader looks. Like that paint apps on her.
Yes,
super.
The
solid.
texturing too looks really good. Sculpts on her for sure. But yeah, Raptor looks awesome too. And I can't wait to see when these things drop. All the shots on the page of people doing Fortnite, just like with the guns and hiding and like.
And are those butterfly joints?
I
think so.
McFarlane doing butterfly joints.
Well, they're 7-inch figures now. These ones are 7-inch.
Interesting, and I can't wait to see all the Dio pieces made for Fortnite too.
Bro, I don't know if you're gonna talk about this. I'm gonna bring it up now because we're talking about McFarlane. Have you guys seen those Call of Duty figures from McFarlane?
Yeah,
I think I've seen some images, but I don't remember too well.
I saw a review. I think Robo did it actually. I saw a review that he did, and I only want those just to switch out the head and maybe the guns. Because McFarlane is horrible at articulation. I don't know why he refuses to add any more articulation.
These look like they're stepping up, man. These new ones, these Fortnite ones.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just want to get I don't care about Call of Duty at all. I just want to get the ghost ones because they look like soldiers. Like they look sweet.
Yeah.
Exactly. For sure. And then Mezco dropped their images for their homemade suit Spidey with a Holland head. I believe there's a Holland head in here. Let me find it. Yep, right there. That looks pretty sweet.
Dude, have you seen it out of box?
No, not yet.
It does not look the greatest. In my opinion, it doesn't look as good as it looks in the photos. I saw a picture of it today. I mean, it's nobody can do a Holland head well except for Hot Toys. Has anybody done a really good one?
Well, I know that if you guys follow it, there's the company that's been doing a lot of shrunken Hot Toys heads, and that looks phenomenal. 112.
Yeah,
but other than that, from an actual company that produces action figures, they haven't.
Yeah, what company is that? And I'm shrunken Hot Toys heads.
Oh crap! I had it. I think it's just no. Oh my god! I'm blanking on it.
You're good. If you remember later, tell me.
Yeah, I will. But yeah, that's crazy. And they do a lot of runs of Tony Starks and stuff, and it's pretty wild. I've seen it on a lot of posts. But yeah, so that was announced, and then we got also this new Cyclops coming out from Mezco, which looks pretty cool. Definitely digging it. Yo, you don't like it?
I'm doing that too. That was booty. That thing is dude.
Really?
The trunks look like they're rising up. What the heck is up with the collar?
Look at his neck. Ugh, that thing is hot boo-boo trash.
Right, and the lines on the costume look horrible as well. That costume should only look streamlined. The only thing that looks viable about that to me is the unmasked head, which looks great. Other than that is a big boo to me.
That's hilarious. Oh my god. Anyway, so that was dropped, and then
how are you feeling about that one, man? How are you feeling about the Cyclops? I used to like it, but what do you think about it?
I don't hate it. I like the accessories it comes with because it comes with a lot more optic glass and it looks a little more modern. But yeah, I completely see where you guys are coming from. And then it looks like NECA's trying to put out every Dio builder by giving us this TMNT separate diorama that's not the same, but it's the exact same sculpt and everything. It's just they didn't put as much on it. But so they're giving us this, and I don't know. It looks great, but you already know this is going to be definitely more than $100. And as you guys can see, like the difference here, there's like very subtle differences, like the doors in a different spot, the window's been moved up, and different paint apps. But yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people who don't build dials are definitely going to be picking this up for shots.
It looks sweet. It really looks sweet, man.
It looks amazing, and I don't think I'd have like the money to pick up a separate diorama, but I mean, it looks really cool in photos.
My thing with those is that I would want to get 2 of them, and that would drive my bank account insane because, all I see is like, I want to make an alley, I want to make a whole city-looking situation, and just one would not be enough, Yeah.
And it looks like they're $110 on BBTS right now if anyone's going to pre-order it, and then they'll be dropping Q1 of 2019, so interesting, but
not a bad price for something that big, though.
I think I was gonna say, I think the crazy thing is that Mayfex is $10 cheaper. Like, just
one little John Wick 5-inch figure is $10 cheaper than a freaking giant diorama from NECA.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. So, a pretty good price point from them. Definitely, I know some people that will be doing that. Then NECA dropped their Ultimate Wellhouse Pennywise, which is like with the distorted face and like all these cool things. I know Simon was getting pretty stoked about it, and I think it looks cool. I don't have the new 2017 Pennywise, and Alex, we know that you got the older Tim Allen Pennywise. Not
Tim Allen?
Yeah,
Tim Curry?
Tim Curry.
Tim Curry.
I thought of like, never mind.
Could you imagine
I thought of
Tim Allen Pennywise?
It's so dumb,
bro. Also, we're gonna be on this figure. I'm not really feeling this guy that much. Like, I mean, the 2017 one's all right. I liked the movie, but I just don't like. I don't really like the faces very much. Like, dude, the one with the top one and the bottom one are cool. I don't really like the giant open mouth one, and I don't like the nasty hair one.
I think like the only thing is like there's only like one real shot that you can use that wavy head one, which is the projector shot, which is like freaky, but like that's really it. Like there's no other thing you're gonna get that figure to look good in another pose or like in another scene,
right?
Unless you got like everyone like flying back in the sewer and then he's like standing there taking the wind and acting like a model because there's like nothing else.
Yeah, that part wasn't even scary though. Like that part wasn't even that. I mean, the scene was scary, but like when you saw that, you're like kind of like, dude, this looks so dumb. Like him like giving that weird grin.
One thing that irks me about it is that I feel like you could have included this in just one, ultimate figure. Why do we have
Pennywise?
You have the GameStop one, you have the original one. Now you got this one. It's like, how many Pennywises do we need in order to get all the different looks?
Yep. And then Black Series debuted their battle damage Captain Phasma and Stormtrooper with like these effects, which the effects look okay. They don't look that bad. And then and then I like the gun effect on the Stormtrooper. I just noticed that.
I just noticed that too. Holy poop.
Yeah, I saw photos of something like this like a few months back of that little effect on the gun. And I'm like, that would be perfect for people that don't have the Mezco Punisher or something like that who just comes with an effect or even cutouts or anything like that.
Yeah, I definitely am digging that. And then the Zuckus is coming soon to Disney Store as well, which I assume is that figure all the way on the right. I don't know for sure.
Yeah, I'm not really familiar. I don't like the Phasma. I don't think they did, but I really wish they would update the articulation on that figure because that Phasma articulation was doo-doo. Like, her legs were good, but you couldn't even raise them that much because of her belt. And then her arms were so not articulated. It's like, eh.
Yeah, and then we got the Black Series is taking out their archive collection figures, which look amazing. This Yoda just being one of them. I think the big one is Anakin for me because I'm not going to get that figure arts, but I might get the other one, the Black Series, which is right here, which looks phenomenal. Let me see if I can just click on one picture. Does that work? Yeah, and just like looking at that, like the completely new face sculpt is just kind of blows me away. So definitely, I'm gonna want to pick up that. And then the Scout Trooper looks good. So they're just debuting this first line, which looks, I think it's pretty cool. And then I know Boba Fett's a part of it, and I think those are like, these are the ones that were
are they doing like an IG-88 one too?
I think so.
Am I wrong? I feel
I don't know.
I feel like I saw a photo of an IG-88. It might be for a different line though. I might be dumb.
But anyway, yeah. So that's cool, of course. And then Figure Arts news, we got them releasing this I believe this is a model kit, correct me if I'm wrong, of the Sand Trooper.
It looks like a model kit.
Yeah, because it's not dirtied up. Otherwise, they'd probably have taken the paint apps and weathered this thing down, which is still cool because it's nice to like have your own kind of like one to have just a regular sand trooper without anything on them, even though that's pretty unheard of because it's a sand trooper for a reason because they're in the desert. But it's cool that you can kind of put your own, of course, paint on that. Model kits are pretty cool. Then again, I don't really watch Dragon Ball, but we got the Super Saiyan God. Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta right here.
Dude, that great Saiyan man.
Yeah, the great Saiyan man as well.
Holy poop. I'm sorry for interrupting you. That is an immediate cop, no matter what. I mean, I'm very picky and choosy with the Dragon Ball line because I feel like I miss out on a lot of them, but like they're so expensive that it's very hard for me to get them. I'm buying that figure. Like it will be the only thing I'm concerned about is the skirt. But like, yeah. Dude. Oh my goodness! It's just everyone loves the bandana design. I love the like antennas, like orange helmet. I love it. It's so cool.
Yeah. And then Harry Potter. I'm a big Harry Potter fan. I don't know about you guys, and I really want to get the new figure art ones coming out. And I've seen some great dial work too from like people in the community. I've only seen 2, I believe, but just Harry Potter dioramas have got me inspired. But they dropped this Severus Snape, which looks great. I mean, he could be an old Kylo Ren if no one's into Harry Potter and just want to pick him up for that purpose.
But look like Kylo Ren.
He does,
but he is a cool figure. So
that's funny.
Yeah, so I think I might get him. And then these are the other stuff. That Count Dooku looks pretty good, especially since we're getting a cloth cape with him. Definitely cool. I believe, and then this regular Stormtrooper, I don't know if this one's a model kit, the one on the left, or if it's a regular one, but it's interesting. I have the Bandai model kit Stormtrooper, and honestly, I think that's the best Stormtrooper I've ever seen. I have the Black Series one, but I think the model kit's the way to go. It's so reflective, and like it's just awesome proportions, and the articulation's amazing that if anyone's looking for a Stormtrooper to army build, go with the Bandai model kits. They're in scale with Black Series, and they look amazing.
You know which Stormtrooper I really want?
Which one?
The Revoltech one.
Really? I haven't even seen images in a little bit. No, I was just...
It's old. Yeah. It's older. It's an older figure, but I love Revoltech, but it's so stylized, and it's very like the helmet. I think the helmet's super sweet. Do you know Raspberry Chainsaw? The photographer?
I do.
You know the photo where it's like the one Stormtrooper holds up the Star Trek ship, and then all the other ones like beat him up?
Oh, yeah.
It's those. That's the Revoltech figure. Yeah.
Huh, interesting.
It's so sweet. Oh my goodness, I love it. This one looks really sweet though. I mean, sweet. I really like. Yeah. I think Sam Trooper is like my favorite Stormtrooper design, but I really like the one we're seeing right now. They're probably the same. I can't tell if those are model kits or not.
I can't tell either. It looks from the sheen, it looks to like, because I don't think Bandai's actually released a regular Stormtrooper figure that's not a model kit, so this could be their first like actual official release. The Yoda looks pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I would love if they before we get back to the Yoda, I'm sorry. I would love to see if they did the same thing with Goku, how Goku was like $35. If they did like a discount like Stormtrooper thing, that way you could army build.
Oh, that would be dope.
I don't understand why they can make Goku so affordable, but such a great figure with so much accessories and stuff. But then like make this stuff, it doesn't seem like it's very different for like $60.
Yeah, for sure. And then the Yoda looks pretty cool. And then here's again the Sand Trooper, and more shots of the Yoda. Definitely prequel based, of course, not based on the original trilogy, but he's a cool figure. I like how he comes with like that kind of closed eyes look. He looks pretty cool. So that was Figure Arts, and then here are I have no idea who the heck this
Jiren. He's from Dragon Ball Super. Okay, he's like the main bad from the last season, and this figure looks really sick. Like I'm really excited about it, man. He's awesome.
Cool. And then we go into Marvel Legends at the MCM London, and let's pull up this. We got some reveals. We got this. Oh God. We got this. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling right now. I am not a fan at all.
Why did they use the Amazing Spider-Man 2 figure?
That figure's a good figure, man. Don't sleep. That figure's a good figure. I don't know if when you guys were started collecting, but like before Pizza Spidey came out, that was everyone's new comic Spider-Man.
It was the main. Yeah.
Yeah, like everyone. perfect comic Spider-Man, and I think that figure is really good. And if anybody doesn't know what we're talking about the new Spider-Man with the 6 arms figure that got announced. But like,
Yeah.
even without ab crunch, I don't think you can have a good Spider-Man figure without ab crunch. I love that Hasbro trying something new and something really risky.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool. But if you don't have the technology to do it without ab crunch, I don't think you should do it. Like,
yeah, and just like the paint scheme on it just seems a little off, and like the way like the lines are really, really hidden in the design of the red. Like just looking at the mask, like you can barely see the texture. So maybe it's the lighting, but I'm just not a big fan of this figure, I guess.
So ugly. It looks like a Crayola crayon was melted down.
Exactly.
I think what makes me dislike it so much is because of everybody's customs that they made years prior, where he does have ab crunch and the arms. I think if I hadn't seen all of those, maybe I would lighten up about it. But because I've seen those and looking at what Hasbro made, I'm like, I can't trust you with this, Hasbro.
100%.
And then
so bad.
Yeah, and then here's Puma, and he doesn't look too bad at all. The pose is a little off, but yeah, definitely.
Who poses for
looks
Hasbro? They need to stop. They need to fire that person.
I think it's a lot of it because they have to have him like in a stable position.
Yeah.
Just do vanilla.
Yeah, for real. That Puma looks nice. I love the Jackal body mold, so I'm glad that they're utilizing that well.
Yeah. And then here's the basically the symbiote Spidey, Black Cat, Night Thrasher, Red Goblin, and like Kingpin basically wave. And it's pretty cool. It's funny, all the memes online of like having like Drake like doing like the no to like the Marvel Legends Black Cat, and then like his like pointing finger to the PS4 Black Cat.
Yeah.
And it's funny, but I mean he doesn't look that bad, but it's not. We'll see. It's going to be an interesting wave, but that Bath Kingpin, I mean, just looking at that,
it's beautiful. I think I might just try to actually order the Bath like offline. I think I might do.
Yeah,
I really want to get Red Goblin, and I want to get the Black Suit Spidey and the Black Cat. Yeah. I don't want anything else.
Yeah,
and then we got more. Oh no, continue, Alex.
Oh, I was just saying what disappoints me. I mean, not what disappoints me, but what worries me about the Kingpin Bath is I'm worried that they might pull a Walmart Thanos on us and like re-release him like a couple years later in a single card. Yeah. And that's what worries me about ordering him.
My thing is though, it's at least Walmart Thanos. Like it's two distinctly different suits. Like the only thing I can think they would do is give us a black suit Kingpin. But either way, I need a white suit no matter what. Yeah, like I need white suit Kingpin, and they're never. I don't think for a long time they're gonna release a white suit Kingpin individually carded.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like they do an Apocalypse or like, you know what I mean, with like more interchangeable arms, something before they did that.
Yeah, and then we got more releases at, I believe this was the Paris Comic-Con. We saw, basically we saw this Padme from Black Series, which actually just like the full picture looks really good.
Yeah, it looks better than
apps and everything.
Yeah, she saw.
Oh yeah, for sure. Black Series is really stepping it up with their like 3D like masking and painting stuff that they're doing that Marvel's kind of dabbling in a little bit for their MCU figures, which is pretty sick. And then we got the reveal of the comic Loki, which for me looks pretty awesome.
It's all right.
Definitely.
I'm not big on it because I don't really want Loki on such a big body mold. I don't know if that's just he just looks too beefy. I feel like he's pulling a trick or a spell or something to make himself look like Thor or something.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, my problem with that mold is that I don't like. Sorry, I don't know why I said like that. I don't like the I mean, the mold is fine, the Grim Reaper body, but I don't like how everything looks so plain. Like it's almost boring. To look at. Like there's no texture. There's nothing except for above like his shoulders.
Yeah, and I feel like
for sure.
I feel like Loki would have worked better on a bullseye type buck or something. I bet that might be too muscular. I don't know. I have Loki looking like a pencil in my brain or something. I don't know, but I just don't feel the body mold. I like the head sculpt. I think the head sculpt.
You know what I actually would have liked to see is the Vulture 2-pack with like the young Spidey, because that's a really skinny buck and like really
Spidey or the Vulture.
The Vulture.
Oh, so I think isn't that like the Pizza Spidey buck?
Yeah, I think that is. Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
At least the
and that's just
that's not a bad idea.
On my shelf, and I was like looking at bucks, but yeah, I think it's a pretty good one. And then we got, of course, Genesis and Grey Gargoyle.
Grey Gargoyle. Why doesn't he look more like? Why is he translucent? That's one problem I have. He's supposed to be like stone, so why is he translucent? That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know what Hasbro was thinking.
Yeah, I see that.
Maybe it's to make
But,
the speckles look more like pronounced. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
They had to do
Looks,
it with plastic.
he kind of looks like nail polish to me. I don't know what it is. Like he's very translucent and sparkly looking. I don't know.
I feel you. I don't mind it. I mean, I don't really care that much for the character.
Yeah, me either.
I mean, but it looks fine. I like when they do unique stuff with the plastic and looks and stuff. Like I like that. Like I like the 3-pack vision, the white one, because it was like completely translucent figure, but they like painted the white paint on it, and it looks really solid. So I like when they do stuff.
All right, so that was it for toy news.
All right,
we covered everything.
Toy news.
It was a lot. Yeah.
No, yeah, that's all good. I mean, I feel like we're not going to have that much toy news eventually, because I feel like these last 2 weeks have been like Comic-Con and then this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for
sure. Yes, that was toy news. That was really awesome. Next, we're going to get into screen time, where we talk about movies, shows, and stuff that we're all watching, that kind of stuff. Alex, you want to take it away?
Yeah. So we got a bit of movie and TV news. Not as much as last episode, but some cool stuff to talk about. So I don't know if you can pull this up, Aiden, but have you guys seen the pictures for the Gotham Bane?
Ew.
Yes, I have.
He looks so disgusting. I don't know what is.
Let me see if I can find it.
It looks the least you could do was make him bald, and you didn't even do that. You know?
I have.
Yes, 100%.
Like he looks like a very bad Power Rangers villain. Like those spin-offs that they tried to do like in the early 2000s and crap. That's what he looks like. Like he looks. So bad.
I like Aiden's reaction. He just goes, "Oh God!"
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh God!" It's so bad.
What's going on with his chest and like why does it? It looks like really bad cosplay. He looks like
so gross. It looks like
he looks like a garbage Mortal Kombat character. That's what he
Crossbones and Toaster had
this man.
What'd you say?
If Batman can't beat this man in Gotham,
yeah, really. If you can't beat this Bane, bro, this is not Nightfall Bane. We know this.
No, not at all. Some people have been saying that it might be Bane's dad, but that doesn't make it any better.
That's cringe. That's so cringy. I don't want to know. I don't want to learn about a Mexican wrestler or whatever he is dad. Like I don't care. That's one of the problems with Gotham. I cared about Jerome. I don't care about Bane's dad.
Yeah, I've actually really liked Bane as a character. I kind of like his role in the comics. So looking at this, I'm very disappointed by that.
I know Aiden's a big fan of the Dark Knight trilogy. So I mean, you like Dark Knight Rises.
I love Bane. I'm
what do you guys rate it?
Now. The suit or Rises?
Oh no, not Rises. Well, we can talk about that another time. Just in the
we'll do that. Suit. Definitely a 1 or I feel too harsh giving it a 0 because I haven't seen the episode yet, but I'm going with a 1 or a 0.
Oh, that's a 0 for me. 0 FPS.
I'd give it a 0 to a 0.5 because I can see why it could be scary. You know what I mean? It has the Winter Soldier eyes from Winter Soldier, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
If somebody had showed me a picture that, I wouldn't say that was Bane, and that's one big criticism I have with it. Like it does, I wouldn't say that that's Bane. I'd be like, "What horrible TV movie is this?"
Yeah, I haven't been watching Gotham because I remember I watched the first season and Penguin was super cool. Is he even on that show anymore?
I think so. I've been watching kind of clips on YouTube. I haven't watched full episodes really. And I've been keeping up with that. And Ra's al Ghul's storyline in the show is actually pretty cool. But other than that, it's kind of meh. And especially because Bruce's Batman suit, my God, it's this
screw Gotham, man.
Black. It's a black bald cap with weird eyes, and
it's his S&M suit. It's so weird.
He's a kid. Why are you a kid doing this? Why is Alfred letting him? It makes no sense.
Yeah, I haven't watched the show since season 2.
That whole concept of a show is so dumb. Here's the thing: don't make it a prequel. Make it be oh, this is about these characters and this part of Gotham. We just don't have to show Batman because it's you know what I mean? The Gotham episode of Batman.
You don't have to have Batman in a Gotham story. It just doesn't have to happen. And they were doing good about that at the start with kind of having Bruce Wayne in there with cameos, but they really do not have to center it around Batman. Just about they could have centered it, which they did at the start, just around Jim Gordon, kind of growing up, becoming older in Gotham and facing all these kind of criminals as they started. but like they did not have to have Joker become Joker when he's like 14 or whatever.
Jerome.
Everything like that. Like it just makes no sense. Like he becomes Joker later, and at least the Killing Joke story. So like, don't have him in it at all.
I would have. I don't really want to ever see a Gotham prequel. The only thing I would have liked to see, I wish, and this would have to include Batman, but I would have liked to see a year one story.
Yeah, definitely.
Them adapt year one over a couple.
One
seasons.
thing I did like was Jerome at the start. Like the very first episode Jerome was in, his performance,
like with that interview. With like
that
was pretty.
Nailed it in that first episode he was in. After that, he just kind of fell off. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Please forget. I do never want to talk about Gotham again.
Yeah, no. I guess you must be really excited for the Alfred show they're trying to do.
Oh, dude! Don't.
Oh God!
You're giving me a headache. You're giving me a
headache. So Frank. I guess it's Grillo. I've never known how to say.
Yes, Grillo, I think.
Yeah. He played Crossbones. He was actually in an interview for something, and he must be really confident that Disney's not going to shoot him because he's been saying a lot of stuff about Avengers 4. For instance, he's saying that they may be looking at a black actor to take over Captain America or a woman. So people are thinking, is that going to be Falcon or? That would be the most obvious. Me, I don't want Falcon to be Captain America. I'm sorry, I want Bucky. But
I think they could just retire Captain America if they wanted to. I mean, enough people would be content. But like, if it was to be between Falcon or Winter Soldier / Bucky, I'd want Bucky to do it for sure.
Same.
It makes way more sense. Especially with like that Civil War like duo with like the Shield stuff that they're doing and stuff, and like just the relationship. I think it'd be way more fitting to have that happen.
Also, Frank said in the same interview or whatever it was, I can't remember if it was an interview, radio show, whatever. He also said that Crossbones does make an appearance in Avengers 4, but it's a flashback. So there's that.
Dude, when you said like he's confident Disney won't shoot him, I don't know if you guys saw this SNL skit, but it's hilarious where it's like this girl and she's telling that Mickey Mouse isn't like real. It's like a cast member saying it, and then she just gets shot like with a sniper with like a laser on her chest. And that's like hilarious. And then like the girl's like running away like, help, what just happened? And then like two like of the characters just come and drag the body away, and it's so funny.
Okay, now I have to look that up after this.
I'll send it in the group chat. It's so funny.
Some more Avengers 4 rumors. Catherine Langford from 13 Reasons Why. She was, I think she was spotted or something, or somebody knew that she was working on the film, but she was playing a secret role. And I'll actually send this in the chat, I guess, but a lot of people have been saying that she would be a great Kate Bishop. I haven't seen 13 Reasons Why. I've never seen anything she was in, so I don't know about that.
I saw 13 Reasons Why, and that's a straight 0.5 or 0. It was so bad. So, I'm not joking. Like, do not watch that show. It is disgusting. It sucks.
But yeah, somebody made that image of her. I just sent in the chat. I don't know if
that's not that bad.
Yeah, but I haven't seen anything, so she could very well not be playing Kate Bishop for all I know. I guess it would be
cool
to
see Kate Bishop.
Yeah, I guess it would be cool. I don't have that much attachment to her character. I liked the Matt Fraction stuff that she was in the comics with Hawkeye. I like that stuff, but as a standalone character, I've never been a really big fan of hers. But So yeah, I think that's all of the Avengers 4 rumors. I think. Oh no, also Frank Grillo said that Tilda Swinton, who played the Ancient One in Doctor Strange, also may be in a flashback scene in Avengers 4. All of these, I mean, they're kind of rumors right now because nobody's really confirmed it besides Frank Grillo. It doesn't sound any too far-fetched to me for any of these to happen, to be honest. So, I mean, they could very well be true. Yeah, I mean, they could just very well be true. There's been some rumors floating around that Black Widow may be getting a May 1st, 2020 release date, the Black Widow film. Which should have came much earlier than it is. Like, geez, Marvel.
I don't want a Black Widow movie. Is that crazy? Like, is that wrong of me to say that I don't want a Black Widow movie?
See, I really want it because I could see it playing out like Captain America: The Winter Soldier, and that makes me want it. I want like a kind of
shield based type of
a darker spy type thing, because I think they did a really good job of that in the Winter Soldier. So that's, and also if she has the same characterization that she did have in Winter Soldier, then yeah, I would want to see that film.
Cool. I mean, it'll probably be cool. I just I can think of so many more characters that I would want a movie for more than Black Widow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Also, it's rumored that the Eternals film will be getting a November 6th, 2020 release date, which is kind of exciting. I don't have the biggest sort of affinity for the Eternals. That's just me. I don't know what it is. I'm more of a street characters person, so, you know. Now,
the Eternals are cool.
Yeah. Frank Grillo did say in the interview that he was in, he was like, I don't care what I say, blah, blah, blah. I'm not doing another Marvel movie again. I don't know what happened, because he seemed really passionate about doing the movies in the Winter Soldier, but after Civil War, it was like he was like, I don't want to do any more of those. I don't know if it was because his character got.
It could be the prosthetics too, like maybe. All that. Like, you know how like Jennifer Lawrence with Mystique was like, yeah, I'm not gonna wear anything else because I'm such a big star. I don't need to wear all this blue makeup. It's probably something like that, where he put on all that like nightmare makeup for his like damaged face. And he's like, all right, I am not gonna put on all this crap again.
Right? Yeah, that may be it. Who knows? I think. Oh wait, there was one thing I forgot actually. There was a photo that released. I think it was like the day after we did episode 1 of. I don't know if you can pull this up, Aiden, of Gwyneth Paltrow in the.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can pull that up or not.
I think I might be able to get it.
But I mean, that's before CGI retouches, so obviously it doesn't look that great, and it's just like a photo in front of a green screen. I mean, again, like I'm not really that into seeing Rescue. I don't really like Gwyneth Paltrow's Pepper Potts all that much. But I mean, it's whatever. I kind of am excited to see if they dwell on the Tony Stark has a son type storyline thing. So I mean, that would be kind of cool. But again, it's just whatever about seeing the Rescue armor.
Yeah, I can't find it. Dang, but I remember seeing it for sure.
Yeah, it's not ugly. I like it. I don't know how I feel about the colors.
Yeah.
Like, what are those colors?
Yeah, I much prefer the sort of silver and red version, but the purple version, I thought that was a comic book thing. The purple and silver.
It might be. I remember it as red and silver. But
I remember it as purple and silver too, a little bit, but yeah.
I think it was purple and silver at one time. I think you might be right. I remember it was red and silver at one point too. I'm just thinking that's the one I think of, I guess.
No, yeah. Sure.
And I think the last thing for news is that there's rumors floating around that one of the reasons for Luke Cage's cancellation with Netflix was because the writers and Netflix were kind of having some arguments over episodes. The writers actually wanted to do 10 episodes instead of 13 because they're like, hey, it worked for Iron Fist season 2. You know, a lot that's an issue people have with a lot of these Netflix shows anyway. Why can't we do that? But Netflix is like, no, we want 13 episodes. So that may be one of the reasons why it was canceled. That's a rumor anyway. Also,
what about Iron Fist, do you think?
Iron Fist, I just think it's because it was terrible. But
so was Luke Cage, though. I mean,
I like the first half of the first season. I think that's what saves the show.
Yep. First half of the first season, I agree.
Yeah, but anyway, another thing with the cancellation was that I think a lot of the actors are mad, so that may put a damper on the idea that we'd get a Heroes for Hire or some sort of Disney streaming reboot type thing, which, again, you know, I said this on the last episode. I don't want to see those characters just go away completely. I like Mike Coulter as Luke. I want to keep seeing Luke. I mean,
for sure.
He's cool. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I would love to see him show up on Jessica Jones more. I really liked him in the first season of Jessica Jones. I would love
he was
more interaction between those two. But that's it for news. I don't know if you guys want to talk about
one more thought on the Luke Cage, Jessica Jones stuff before we get into talking about Daredevil.
Yeah.
My problem, I don't not like Luke Cage and Jessica Jones and Iron Fist, but honestly, if Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, Luke Cage didn't make any more seasons and they really focused on Punisher and Daredevil and really took their time, like Daredevil season 3 took 2.5 years to make, and I mean we'll talk about it later, but I feel like if they took their time on, I think Daredevil and Punisher are the two best shows they have. I would almost prefer it, like if they just step back and just took their time on those two shows.
Yeah, but for me, I don't want them to cancel Jessica because I want them to find a way to do what they did with season 1. You know,
Did you
I mean,
like
like
season 2?
season 2 was just whatever to me. I don't know why we need to see her mom and crap. You know,
Yeah.
one thing I was hoping that they would do for a second season was in the first season there was some sort of weirdness centered around Jerry Hogarth getting some sort of fetus from that girl that Kilgrave sort of was manipulating, and I kind of want to see something centered around that. Like, do they find a way to make some sort of Kilgrave or something? You know, I would kind of, because I think it's hard to do another season of Jessica Jones because she pretty much only fought Kilgrave. So I think if you just kind of stay in that area, it would be easy to write stuff for that. Because I really enjoyed the first season of Jessica Jones. I thought that was really good. I liked Kilgrave.
I agree. First season's amazing. Second season is like a 1 or maybe like a 1.5.
Second season is like a 2.5 for me. It was watchable. That's one thing I liked. It was watchable. It had some nice moments, you know.
It was watchable. Dude,
It
you
was
want
there.
that kind of in your shows. That is something you're gonna want.
Yeah. The Trish stuff, well, I thought some of it was interesting. I thought some of it was heavy-handed.
Yeah, it was too much, dude.
She was a major crackhead, dude. Like, I wasn't expecting all of
And
that.
I loved her character. I would love to see like Wildcat or whatever her character name.
I just think they went too deep into her being addicted to Nuke's little inhaler thing and all that type stuff. And I was just like, she's just becoming a secondary villain on this show, and I'm not really a big fan of that, you know?
For sure. I agree. You guys want to get into Daredevil talk? Daredevil talk real quick?
Yeah, but one little forewarning is I have to go at 5:30, so I'm
What
fine with
time is
getting
it for you
Daredevil.
now?
5:13.
Okay, let's get into critiques, and then we'll
So
talk
about
about Daredevil whenever you're gone, because you're not even going to be here.
Okay.
Or I guess no, because you have a recording. So why don't we just
Yeah.
we'll give our really quick thoughts.
Yeah, definitely.
We for sure. Just go at it.
Okay, Alex, go for it, bro.
Yeah, I'll start. Daredevil season 3 is one of the best seasons of superhero television, in my opinion. It's very great. There's a particular fight scene / dialogue scene that is one of the most well done scenes I've seen in television in a long time. Like I said earlier, I want to be a filmmaker, so that show, the way they do action, the way they do their storytelling and the villains, that's exactly how I want to do things whenever I start making, you know, movies and stuff like that. So I think it's a great show. I give it a 6.
No,
FPS.
you can't give it a 6, Alex. You can't. There's only 5 frames per second. There's only 5. In the
I give it a 5.5.
No, Alex, you give it a 5.
Okay, I give it a 5 FPS. If I could, I would give it way more than that. It's a phenomenal show. And if you know this, I'm guessing most people have seen a trailer.
If you know me.
Right. But Bullseye is in this, and if you know me, you know how I feel about Bullseye.
Take a shot.
If you know me, take a shot.
Yeah.
Right.
I agree with you completely. I think it's just to get into what I was thinking. I love season 1. Season 1's still my favorite, but this is like neck and neck. Like I don't know which one it's so hard because this one's so good. It's incredible. Everything they really like almost forget about season 2, which season 2 I thought was pretty good.
Yeah.
But I like how it's kind of more like, what do you say?
I was saying I really like season 2, the Punisher stuff mainly.
Yeah, I didn't like Elektra or the hand stuff in season 2, but I loved Punisher. But I like how this is kind of like a continuation of like the story I really care about, which is like the Kingpin stuff.
Yeah.
Bullseye's freaking amazing. I'm excited for next season.
Yes.
I'm excited for next season. Here's a spoiler alert: you don't get to see him in costume, so don't expect it.
Boo! No, boo!
It's true.
No.
I know, boo. But yeah, 5 out of 5 for me. I mean, I think it's amazing. I think everyone should watch it. And Aiden, you're really missing out, man. I'm serious.
Well,
Like,
watch that first season first, though.
watch,
Seriously.
you'll get hooked, dude. I'm serious.
I will.
Okay.
I'm definitely.
You want to get
All
into
right.
please?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just do mine real fast. So my critique one, let me pull it up real fast because you know me, I'm all about pulling it up.
Dude, if you know me, you take a shot.
Boom, this shot. And I think it's pretty cool. We haven't talked about it yet. First off, I love the orange light on Shocker. I love how it's like back behind, so it's not on Miles at all. That's really cool. I love the posing of Miles. He looks really good in this pose. And I also love the pose of the Scourge Goons. And I think he could have The crop actually looks pretty cool, but I think maybe a little less of a crop would have worked because it wouldn't have cut off so many of the goons.
Sure.
And I think if he was doing the shocker effect, I think it's a little hot on shocker, even though the orange light looks good, especially on his skin. And if you could maybe try to either one concentrate it just on the effects, or if you have a backlight illuminating Miles from the behind, so it looked like it was like kind of on him rather than just like kind of probably from the side, which I assume he's doing onto shocker. And the dial work looks pretty good, but that's not like, I know a lot of people, including myself, we have limited resources for dios, so I'm never gonna really critique dios because I know how hard it is, one, to make them, and two, to just kind of like get them in. So I definitely understand that, but yeah, and I also think it's a little hot light. It's not as soft on the goons, especially the dude on the upper left. The way it's hitting is like top right of his head is a little hot. So if you could maybe just kind of tone those down, and also the hue, maybe if he put like a little bit of a cooler white or like a blue, that could have really kind of amped up this like nighttime scenery type of thing. But what do you guys think?
Yeah, one thing that I noticed is I don't really think it needs shocker, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, that's very true.
I feel like he's a little too obstructed by everything else going on.
Yeah.
But I don't really think he needs shocker. And I agree. I think you could have, I don't know how big the dio is, but I think he could have pulled back a little bit. And and I always struggle with this, but the little like light spots on Miles' head, I always notice those. That's something that's super hard to get rid of, tangibly. And that always bugs me for some reason. But yeah, I agree. I think the lighting is just a little hot, but I really dig the posing. The posing is nice. I really dig Miles' pose. But like I said, I don't really think shocker needs to be in this shot. I think he's a little too obstructed.
I agree. I think that I really like the poses a lot. I agree. Adjust the crop a little bit. Just to make it quick. I think that the pinks are a little intense. The hue. I mean, to throw it in Lightroom or throw it in any online photo editor. Maybe adjust it. Maybe make it a little bit more blue. I mean, the pinks are it's just very red. It's a very red photo, and that's kind of why I think Shocker's so intense of orange, is because like everything else is so red. But I really love Miles' pose. I mean, that's one of my favorite figures. I think it's really solid. Maybe adjust the Scourge goon on the left, just because it's like I don't really know what he's doing.
He's more like looking at everyone getting their butt beat, and he's like,
ooh, pause. What the frick? Either way, yeah, I agree. I think that like the goon on the ground is a really clever way to. I don't know if he's using a stand, but like throwing him on top of a figure like that, there's so many figures that it's a really clever way to kind of hide like where he's resting. You know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah,
and like I just adjust the lights and colors, and we're good.
Yeah, for sure. And I again agree with Alex. I just realized Shocker's really close for this action.
Yeah,
to be one also using that his power, because I just feel like that close it's gonna have effect on him too. So he'd be a little further back, and again, like I said, I know the constraints of having a diorama like this, so he probably had limited space to work with. But you can always shoot with like an infinite black background or white hot, or do something like this where you can kind of have him further back in more of the background. But again, solid poses on almost every single figure in this shot for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Next, who's getting into theirs?
Did you want to go, Finn, or
Alex, you take it away, bro.
Okay. I don't know if you can. Are you like on Instagram, Aiden? I don't know if you can pull it up on the hashtag.
I am.
Whose photo was that, Aiden?
That was Geeky Fresh. Geeky Fresh.
I think.
Yeah, we've done
which one is yours, Alex?
It is by Liam Smith _06. It was Far From Home one. It's got Mysterio and Spider Noir in it.
Oh yeah, got it.
Yeah. This one, I can the immediate things that I see is that the flames aren't lit up. That's the first thing I see, and that's something that's been engraved in my soul since I joined the ACBA group. Like light up those flames. But also, it's like I think there's a little bit of a loss of direction here. Like, what is Spider Noir doing? Is he looking at the camera? Is he kind of posing for like what's his pose? Is Mysterio sneaking up on him? Does he know Mysterio's there? You know, there's certain things like that where I kind of wonder what exactly is happening. Now, I do kind of like the lighting on the characters. I think it's a little hot on Spider Noir's head. But one thing I would say is sort of like create more of a story with this. Like, okay, have Spider Noir looking at Mysterio, or have Mysterio grabbing Spider Noir. And also, I would probably change out the background because I don't know how many lights he has, but I would either light up that background more or just do maybe like an infinite black background so that way you can get the smoke effects in there, and maybe kind of have Spider Noir in front of a smoke effect so that way he stands out a bit more.
Yeah.
Or I'd say even just doing a white hot background, and maybe use some type smoke effects. But I'd say definitely refine the poses so that way there's more of a story to it. Kind of have them at each other, maybe fighting or something like that. Or maybe you could even do something like Spider Noir is kneeling and Mysterio kind of hands near Spider Noir's head, and he's kind of like messing with him. Like Bug, he did a photo with a bunch of Mysterio
Spidey zombies.
Spidey zombies, and something similar to that. So I think those are the first things that I kind of noticed with this. I don't know what you guys thought.
Well, for me, I think one of the bigger things in this photo, and Boog gave me advice on this, and this was back on 4th of July, when I just wanted to do a quick thing before I went out of town for a bit, for 4th of July. I put Captain America in the middle of the flames, and at the time, I was like, let's get some flames in there, make it look like a battle damage, but like, I really didn't need the flames, and I think the same is kind of true with this, because Mysterio is more about, like, mystical effects, so, like, if he maybe had thrown in, maybe he didn't have any, but I mean, he could have used just, lights and finger lights or something to like really kind of sell the like basic effects,
or just more smoke.
Yeah, or just more smoke, exactly. And he could have taken a brush or just a little bit of spray paint to it and colored the smoke too, because the fire is really not necessary, and it looks like he's like, it just doesn't really fit. And so I think if he maybe removed the fire and had maybe Spider-Man Noir's like head turned to look at Mysterio, like he's more like afraid or something, just like that thing could have really probably elevated this. And again, like Alex said, putting more light on that poster paper would have really amped up the shot, or completely changing out with black, blue, just maybe another color to, and if it would be a blue, I don't think a dark blue would benefit, but like a lighter sky blue would definitely work for this shot as well.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. I think it's solid. I mean, I like the poses. I like the smoke. I agree, lose the flames. I think maybe tone down the lights a little bit and then put more on the backdrop and then just change up the colors. I think you're good.
Yeah. All right.
For sure.
Cool. Finn, want to get into yours real fast?
Sure, I'll be really quick.
Talk about it. No, you're good. I still have about 6 minutes. We're good.
Okay. This one's from Ol Shatterhands, _Shatter_hands. I don't think I'm following him. I'll have to follow him after this. But it's this picture of Trunks when he's Super Saiyan. I like the idea and I love close-up shots. My problem is I think that he took the shot and then zoomed in and cropped, or zoomed in on his phone or whatever he's using and cropped like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's really important to, if you are going to do a close-up, like you really want to get close with the camera. And you can obviously crop a little bit to make it look like more zoomed in, but you want to use that like graciously. But I think that zooming in, especially if you're using a phone, which I don't know if he is, but just by the quality, I feel like he is. There's no problem. Alex uses a phone.
Alex uses a phone, and his shots are fire.
Yeah, his shots are fire. I just think it makes it look grainy, and I like the pose. I wish Trunks was looking at the camera, maybe just turning his head a little bit, or just adjusting the body. But I love the infinite black. Looks really good. Colors are cool. But yeah, basically just adjust the crop and adjust the head pose and stuff a little bit, and I think you have an honestly pretty solid shot.
For sure.
Yeah, one thing I'm noticing is a similar thing with the photo I just talked about, where it's kind of like, what exactly is he doing? You know, like, I don't know if there's anything in the caption that indicates anything, but it's like, is he trying to say no pictures or something to the camera? Is he trying to fire something at someone? You know, I'm not really getting enough information as to what exactly is happening in the photo. Other than that, I really like the lighting. I just think you could kind of come a bit farther back so that way you don't cut off his fingers and his head a little bit. But I do like the lighting. One thing that can help with the clarity, though, is using a stand. Not a stand, but a a tripod. There we go. A tripod, or even sitting the phone down on a table or something, just to kind of help with the clarity, because it kind of seems like there's a little bit of movement in this, you know?
Yeah, or maybe even just throwing more lights. Like that might be a pop.
Yeah. And then if that's all you guys have, I'm just gonna real fast talk about my favorite and then
get in there, bro.
Do the outro.
And we'll put we'll plug all these people in the description and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Favorite boom is this shot. This is the one I was talking about, guys, but I just think the contrast in color is exquisite.
Whose shot is it?
Orange. This is Axel Link's shot. And I mean, I love how the clone troopers, if you guys look in the seaside, the clone troopers are with Anakin and the stormtroopers are with Darth Vader. I love how his pose, like when he looks at Darth Vader and he's like, oh, like that's me in the future. And I just love like the diorama, and it's like proof that you don't need Star Wars like space walls and like ubiquitous sets to make a good Star Wars display, because this is all foam that he just cut into stuff that can work with any stuff. And I just love the like smoke at the bottom, and I'm pretty sure that's practical with probably some polyester or cotton, I believe I saw in the seaside. And so again, it's just a great looking shot for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I love the colors, love the blues, love the light from the orange. It's a really nice contrast. Yeah, I dig it a lot. I really dig like I said, the contrast of the blues to the oranges. Like, it looks so solid.
For sure. I really like it too.
Let's see if I can pull up whoever's going next. Who's going next?
I'll go next.
Okay, cool.
Get this thing going because Alex went next last. You know what I'm saying. Yeah. This one's from Mo_Yasin. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it, but I'm doing my best. It's the shot of the Bat Cave with all the Batmobiles and the armor from the Greg Capullo run with the T-Rex in the quarter, which is supposed to, he didn't have a penny, but I get it. It's cool.
Yeah.
I really love the lighting. I think it's such a quaint little like niche photo that I just think it's so cool. Like, he does a really good job with these like scale photos. You know what I mean? Like, things that are like in different scales, but it just looks so good. Like how the coin and the suit of armor looks like. That suit of armor is a 6-inch figure. So like these are like hot, whatever they're called. Matchbox cars, Hot Wheels. Thank you. I was thinking Hot Toys. I was like, they're not Hot Toys. But it just looks super solid. I really like the idea. I think it looks like a great Batcave. The diorama looks awesome. The blues are really sweet. I really like the darkness, like the abyss looking thing of it, and the fact that the Batman figure actually looks in scale is sweet. Like, I think it's a great photo. I love it.
Yeah. I don't know what he's using for these Batcave shots, but I love the way it looked. The dio, I mean, I like what he's done with, for instance, the Batman Beyond Bruce Wayne figure, and the suits and stuff. I don't know what he's using for those, but yeah, I just really like when he does the Batcave shots. He does really good collage photos. Y'all go check him out on Instagram and on Facebook or wherever you can find him, because he's a great artist.
For real, I'm a big fan of his Hulk shot he did with like the puny banner one.
Yes, that was fantastic.
Oh my goodness, so good.
Yeah.
Aiden, anything you have? Any thoughts, Aiden?
No, I think it's a great photo. It's funny that he couldn't get a U.S. currency coin, especially penny, but it's still a great shot.
Hilarious. Out of all the coins he couldn't get is the penny.
Right.
Yeah, Alex, want to get into yours, bro?
Oh yeah, mine was by Diego Carlo on Facebook.
I love Diego. He's helped me a lot, dude, with a lot of shots. Like, he's an awesome guy.
Same.
Yeah, or Black Symbiote on Instagram. But he did a phenomenal Fantastic Four shot. It looks fantastic. There's two versions. There's one where they're in space, and there's one with a background that I've used before, this sort of gradient of blue, yellow, and green. And it looks phenomenal. The lighting is fantastic. Like, the way he lit up Human Torch, it just looks fantastic. He actually looks like he's on fire. You know, he always kills it with the goodness. I forget what the name of it is. The little ground smash effect. I forget what it's called.
Impact effects.
Yes,
the impact effects.
The Tamashii Nation's impact effects. He always kills it with those. He does a lot of times throwing a whole bunch of figures into one photo kind of seems like an amateur thing, but he makes it work so well. Like his Marvel versus DC shot and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think it's a phenomenal shot. Great posing. The Thing looks great. Mr. Fantastic looks great. Sue Storm looks great. Herbie. I mean, just everything just looks phenomenal. So yeah, go check out Black Symbiote on Instagram, and you'll see some phenomenal work by him.
For sure.
100%. Is that it? Are we good? I mean, I love the photo, but like, are we good?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I got you guys. Well, thank you all so much for joining us for episode 2 of the ShutterBugs podcast. I'm really excited about where this is going. I'm excited that we got on YouTube. We'll have it on iTunes soon, hopefully. Eventually SoundCloud. We're really working on it. Yeah, for real, it's awesome. It's been so much fun talking to you guys. I want to thank my co-hosts Alex and Aiden. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's been awesome.
For real. And we will see you all next week. But until then, keep taking toy photos and be good people.